The truth about JacksFitness will be revealed in George Porridge's new YouTube video. I was scrolling the good old Instagram reels, getting my daily dose of discrimination, and then I stumbled upon this, a glorified trailer for George Porridge's new video with JacksFit. They are both UK fitness influencers. If you don't know, these two collaborate all the time. Jack has become famous for not making a lot of progress, for struggling to eat, and being a absolute rage baiter. But you guys already know that because you guys love watching the JacksFit videos. They get way more views than everything else I make, which is why I continue to make them. And before we watch this new video exposing JacksFit, the truth about his natural status, eating problems, and hate, let's check out some of the comments. Jack, stop the trolling. This whole thing just seems like damage control for someone who comes across as very unlikable. You can't justify his 3 AM live streams constantly rage baiting and being a weirdo. Come on, Jack has literally uploaded videos of him physically taking MK677 pills and talked multiple times about its effects on his own channel. 10 minutes of completely undermining Jack's terrible choices, completely ignoring his lack of mid/long-term consistency in training and eating, topped with the cherry of lying about him being natty, cursing the algorithm gods for even recommending this one. To be honest, take some accountability. That last comment was very intense. Now, to be completely honest with you guys, we all know Jack rage baits. Jack knows that in the modern day on short form content, the way to get views is to rage bait. The reason he hasn't made progress, the reason why he gets the hate, is because he is simply not consistent enough in the gym. But let's see what he says in this video.
Yeah, I've been wanting to make this video for a while, so we're going to do a completely honest interview with JacksFit.
Honest! The keyword is honest. Honest like a politician, or honest like Hussein Farhat with his natural status? Let's find out.
Why do you struggle to eat so much? Why can't you eat any food?
Well, I feel like as a very unathletic person, I spent most of my time just sitting in my room, and yeah, I basically was gaming for hours, didn't eat much food, and also I've got a lot of allergies. A lot of people might not know this, but I've got quite a few allergies, which made it very hard for me to find foods that I actually enjoyed and I could actually eat.
You never drink like milk when I'm with you, and if you're into bodybuilding, protein shakes is like one of the most easy things to get calories down and get protein in, and you don't have them at all because he just doesn't drink milk.
No, I drink milk and I just feel sick after.
Are we using a milk allergy or lactose intolerance as an excuse for why you can't bulk up and why you can't have protein shakes? Mate, I don't know if you know this, but come closer, come a bit closer. There are vegan protein powders. There are protein powders out there, like protein isolate, with no lactose. So even if you're lactose intolerant, you can still consume them.
Now, you say a lot online about how much you say you eat, but how much do you actually eat in a day?
If I'm in a routine, I'm motivated, I'm on a good bulk, I mean, I could eat anywhere from 3,000 to 4,000 calories, but I mean, I don't really have any motivation, you know. I'm probably eating like 2,000 calories a day.
Sometimes
honestly,
less, I'd say.
Yeah,
though.
probably less than that. Yeah.
I do believe him. Most of the time, he's not on a routine and he's not eating 3,000-4,000 calories. However, there have been periods of time where JacksFit has gained a lot of body weight, where he'll gain like 5 kilos in the span of a month. So there definitely are periods where he is eating the right amount of food, but also a lot of periods where he is severely under eating. I've always theorized, and so is Greg Doucet, he was the first person who had this thought, that Jack may have some kind of eating disorder. I am sort of disappointed that he hasn't talked about it. Maybe it's hard for him to talk about. I know that it's a big mental health issue for a lot of people, but it's the only thing that can explain just how underweight he truly was and is for a very long time. He doesn't have to talk about it if he doesn't want to. I'm just saying that would be a very good explanation.
I think that's the main thing, is not his training. Everyone says, oh, he doesn't train hard. I genuinely think that you could train worse than Jack and still make progress if you ate properly.
I have over an hour of video documenting and critiquing his training. His training sucks! He'll do like 2 exercises and leave. Trains to mild discomfort. His bench press hasn't improved in months. It's both. If your training is shit and your diet, obviously you can't grow. Your training is where you get the stimulus for muscle growth. If your training is atrocious, you're not going to grow a lot. The reality is, Jack needs to improve both. But it's not terrible. I would say the only problem with his training is that he doesn't seem to train hard enough. But if he just started training harder, I reckon he'd see amazing progress.
How do you handle all the hate that you get? Probably the most hate in the whole of the UK every single day.
I mean, I feel like I've not really done anything to justify the hate.
Oh, Jack, you've done collaborations with stars, for crying out loud. You've made videos where you constantly pretend to train hard to get views, where you randomly decide you're gonna start cutting or you're gonna do a calisthenics challenge. You constantly rage bait, and you do it on purpose. You do it because that's why you get views. The sad reality is, in the modern day, if you want to get a lot of views on social media, the best way to do it is to pretend to be an idiot or pretend to say and do the most outlandish things you can possibly think of. I understand wanting to get views, but when you are trying to get views, it's perfectly fine to milk a topic like I am. Just milk the JacksFitness cow. It's perfectly fine to do some milking every now and then. However, you still have to have some morals. I would collaborate with Jeff Nippert, for example, because he's the GOAT. Would I collaborate with Jeffrey Epstein? Probably not, because he's made some very morally incorrect decisions. He made apology videos after he collaborated with his OnlyFans girls, and then did more collaborations afterwards. And he did that multiple times. When he was at the peak of his popularity, he would do the same thing over and over again, make apology videos where he's laughing at the camera and not cut that out for the sake of rage baiting. Jack, I just cannot defend you on this. I'm sorry.
The hate. I mean, I feel like I've made some questionable decisions. However, I feel like I could be in a very different position if I didn't chase the views and clout.
The reality is, when you go on a weight loss, or in his case, a weight gain journey, you can get so many views and build such an incredible following. Take Brentley G. He has, like 1 million followers on Instagram just for documenting his weight loss journey. If Jack did something similar, he'd have a lot of views. Would he have gone trending just as much as Brentley G? Maybe not. But he would be in a very similar position, but he'd have way more respect, he'd have way more true fans behind him, he wouldn't have lost his original MyProtein sponsorship, and he'd be in a very good position.
And the first question is, so is this all an act? Is it all rage bait?
Yes! End of video. I'm kidding, let's see what he has to say.
I mean, I do weigh 65 kilograms, but I am a bit of a weakling when it comes to the gym. It's been really hard to gain any sort of strength.
That's because you're very underweight, Jack. You don't have to gain a lot of weight to make progress in the gym. I've made some of my best progress where I've stayed the same body weight for months at a time, but I wasn't very underweight. I was still about 70-ish kilos, but I was 5'8". So I was a lot shorter than Jack. Again, he just needs to eat more. If he just ate more, he'd gain the strength.
And maybe it is a bit rage bait, but at the current stage I am right now, I don't actively try to rage bait my viewers.
Jack, you made a video and a video series talking about your journey to get shredded as someone who's already very underweight.
Here's the thing, I train with Jack all the time, and let me tell you, he does actually try. It's just, he is not strong. My take on it is that Jack has the worst genetics of all time, and I know you can not just blame that, but if someone ate as much food as Jack, and if someone trained as hard as Jack, they would make way more progress than Jack does.
JacksFit does not have the worst genetics of all time. I feel like a lot of time people use genetics as an excuse for why they have made a lot of progress in the gym, even when in reality it's just because they haven't been very consistent. I don't have very good genetics. I can bench over 100 kilos, but do I look like I can bench press over 100 kilos? Do I look it? Not really, but I'm still sort of strong. I've made decent progress. The reality is, Jack still doesn't eat enough. He's still very underweight and he's still not consistent enough.
So the most frequent question we get always is, are you natural?
Is JacksFit natural? The answer is no. We already know he's not natural because he's told us on multiple occasions. He has told us on his Instagram story about how he's cycling on and off MK677.
Despite what people believe throughout loads of comment sections, people saying I'm on MK, I'm on test, I'm on trend, 10 years training. Yes, I am in fact natural. I did make a few videos joking that I was on MK and test, but obviously that was just for engagement and views.
I don't do anything to deserve the hate. Proceeds to directly lie straight to the lens of the camera. Come on, man, we know you've taken MK. I don't think you've taken tests or anything else, but we know you've taken MK. You've literally told us this. The fact that George has probably seen all the posts, all the live streams where Jack has admitted to taking MK677, just sits there and ignores it and pretends like he hasn't, just proves to me how this is all a big, like, bullshit sellout thing just to get a bunch of views. I'm not watching the rest of this video. This video was a cluster of lies, and if he just told the truth, I would have been perfectly fine with this video, but all he did was lie the entire time. But anyway, that is the end of this video right here. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.